let's go back in time to 1983 for The Final Terror. Um, summary for this film: a group of rangers go camping on unfamiliar forest grounds. All is well until the group members start getting picked off by a cunning, tactical, malevolent killer in the woods. Directed by Andrew Davis, most known for a bunch of action movies, including Under Siege, The Fugitive, and he did that Shia LaBeouf movie Holes, I guess. Written by John George, Neil D. Hicks, and Ronald Shusett, who co-wrote Alien with Dan O'Bannon and adapted the script for Total Recall. So,
yeah,
I think he carried a lot of the weight on this. I'm not sure. Jason, do you have anything?
Tagline: without knowing they have awakened an unknown force, can anyone survive? Distributed by Comworld Pictures and out on Blu-ray through Scream Factory in 2014. I do think this is one of those titles that are now out of print. Probably. So if you can find it for cheap, pick it up.
It seems like the version I watched, it was on Tubi, and it said that this was they like had an apology at the beginning,
a disclaimer.
Yeah, they're like
the negatives.
Yeah, and it seemed like they barely saved this thing from rotting away by time. Cast highlights for this: you got Daryl Hannah as Wendy Morgan. This is probably one of her first movies, I would assume.
For sure.
And then you have the only other name I thought was notable was Mark Metcalf, who is from Findlay, Ohio, originally. And we talked about him when we talked about Where the Buffalo Roam on Deconstructing Bill Murray. He was in that movie. He played Niedermeyer in Animal House. I thought they did a great job with the transfer. There was some stuff you could notice for sure, but a lot of creative kills in this right from the beginning. I've never seen it. they like the dude ties tin can lids to tree branches, and that's just crazy. What was the tagline again, Jason?
Without knowing they have awakened an unknown force, can anyone survive?
That doesn't make sense to me.
Dude, the way the art was on this box, it made me feel like, all right, this is going to be
an alien
stuff.
Yes, that's exactly my thoughts too. Yep.
Right, like I don't know.
In fact, when I read, when I read up on it and watched the trailer and stuff before I bought it, like that's what when I saw that it was a slasher. Like I blew my mind for a second. I was like,
"Yeah,
what is this? An alien slasher?" Yeah, but the artwork is great. Is that not?
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. Yeah,
that's a great poster. Yeah.
I think that I don't think they had a lot of solid ideas when they made this because originally it was called Three Blind Mice just because they sing that song. Like that's, and I noticed in the score several times it would like mimic something like Nightmare on Elm Street, which I don't know. What year did Nightmare on Elm Street come out? Was
84.
That 84? Well, that doesn't make sense then. This is 83. But like definitely some Friday the 13th style, things going on. I don't know. I was just noticing things. Do you think now the one thing that these guys keep trying to do is steal weed? Now, do you think that they are going to cure this correctly, or do you think they're just smoking green weed?
They're just gonna lie that right there.
They just everything, every joint they smoke seems like it's wet or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This has one of the most uncomfortable, non-graphic sex scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Niedermeyer doing it. That's gross.
Oh, man. He's into it, too.
Yeah.
And the girl's wearing clothes, but he is completely fucking naked. And I'm glad the killer stepped in.
Out.
Yeah. I am glad that the killer took care of him right there because he was really making some sounds. There's a funny part where these guys find a jar of magic mushrooms, and they look like they were literally just bought at Kroger's. They're like white caps. And what?
Yeah.
They find him right next to this severed wolf's head with a live snake. Who the fuck keeps their magic mushrooms next to their severed wolf's head with live snake? It doesn't make sense.
And they just seemed so. The dude that saw it, seemed so like kind of unconcerned. He's like, "Oh, all right, shrooms though."
Oh, that snake just lives there in the in that head. At one point, they're rowing a raft, and this dude is at the front of it, just yelling, like, what is he saying?
Zorch?
Yeah.
That guy? Oh,
Yeah.
I hated that dude,
Yeah.
man.
I would have yelled at him. I would have been like, dude, shut up. if you're going to be fucking useless, I know your arms hurt or whatever, shut up. That's no.
Are you meowing over there? What you
my
got?
cat's going nuts, so it wants outside, but I would have to stop and take it outside. So yeah.
I feel like if they would have in Stripes, if they would have given Francis more leeway, he would have been Zorich. I just wanted I kept just wanted to tell him, lighten up, Francis. Like, he was way too intense. Like, just shut up, dude. You know nothing. Yeah, you made it to the end, kind of, but
yeah,
not quite.
When they're like, there's this, I'm gonna fucking kill this thing. Anyways, God damn it, it's fucking me up. There's a lot of things that get confusing for me at the end. Okay, so what I must have missed something. The bus driver, right? That's the dude. He's the dude they think's killing everybody, right? Is that what's going on? But his mom is, and she lives in the woods. Is that what's going on?
So, okay, remember when around the campfire, the dude, what's his name? Lewis Smith, because he played in one of my favorite movies as a kid, The Heavenly Kid. He was the angel guy. Loved that guy. And he told the story about the 14-year-old girl that got raped by her uncle and then got sent to the loony bin. And she was pregnant. And then the son came back 19 years later. It was Joe Pantoliano. That was him. Joey Pants from like Goonies and a whole ton of stuff. And he, he's a little crazy too, but that's his mom. He's the one in the story. That's why he freaked out when, he's like, you shouldn't be telling them stories like that. You know what I mean? I can't remember the whole exchange.
I clearly missed something.
He's the kid in that story. Yeah.
Was this a hamburger movie too?
No, I believe this was me getting up to tell my kids to go to bed, and I probably missed some shit.
Yeah, it's all right.
But yeah, I got confused, and I guess that bus driver dude's the guy that climbs that tree at the end, right? Is that what's going on? Because I was like, who the fuck's this asshole climbing this tree, and where did he get that gear at?
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't a bad watch. If you like slashers, I think you should check it out. Some people might think it's kind of generic, but the ending is satisfying, and I like the cast. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I'm with you, Frank. We got 80 slashers. So this was finished in 80 or 81, but didn't get picked up until 83. Not a lot of kills in this. That's what hurts this movie. I think it's also why it didn't get released right away. Definitely could use more kills. It's a slow burn. This was very atmospheric. This is where what I love. I like the camping, the campfire tales, and the stories. Great setting, wilderness. You got rafting. Like I love it. That's where I like my slashers to be. Good cast, decent characters. I think I'm with Frank. I'm a 7 on. You throw in like give me 3 more good kills with practical effects, and this is probably a 10 for me. It's just a little bit slow, but it kind of makes up for it with the atmosphere. But what do you think, John?
I dug it. I liked young Adrian Zmed, pre-bachelor party, pre-TJ Hooker, Adrian Zmed. He's the Che Guevara looking dude. I remember they left him out in the woods. That was hilarious. Daryl Hannah, she didn't contribute much, but hey, it's Daryl Hannah. She is on the screen. Joe Pantoliano really surprised me. I'm a huge Joey Pants fan. You don't see him play that kind of character that much. Do I think he pulled it off like Oscar-wise? No. But he did a good job, and I've never seen him do that before. So, and like I said, the Heavenly Kid, Niedermeyer. Always love seeing Niedermeyer and stuff. That guy is nuts. I really dug it. I really felt that tin can lid kill. Even though you didn't see it, if you would have seen it, that probably would have been messy. But you cut your finger on it.
Oh, yeah.
Hurts like hell. Industrial-sized ones, you know what I mean? Like, those things, no thank you.
So I heard that scene, that was actually put in after it was filmed. Like, they wanted to add a couple more kills, because up until then, they had, like, 3 or 4 kills in it. So they put that. That's how they opened the movie, just to add a couple more kills.
Isn't it crazy how huge the cast is for how few kills? I mean, how many people are left at the end of this movie? A lot, right?
I'm pretty sure there's only like 5 or 6 kills.
Yeah, it's not standard for a slasher.
Yeah, it was a slow burn slasher, which kind of may translate to boring.
You're
right. Yeah.
It's a slasher. Let's kill some people.
You're already following someone as they slowly kill people. Anyways, I mean, you slow that down even more. Shit.
What was this? I want to say it was. Oh yeah, it was in the Redwoods State Forest in California. So the atmosphere, I think, is what carried this movie for me.
Oh yeah, it was a well made film and stuff. I dug it. It's a 7. I dug it. It was fun. The kill.
Yeah.
We know how slashers end. The killing of the bad guy.
Yeah.
That was rad.
Oh yeah.
That giant. Spoiler alert, guys. But
we don't care.
All right, friggin' a giant spiked log. And the camera's mounted on it. You go for a ride with the spiked log. You see her. That could have. It wasn't as impactful as Predator when that dude got hit by the log.
Right.
But, like, they worked with it. She was riding it, and it saw her die and stuff. Like that was a sweet fun.
I think they made up for anything. They made up for anything
that
you might not like
budget.
about anything you didn't like about that. You just got to see a dude get smashed with a rock, like, pretty good. I mean, that was so.